This was just a normal drift, but the audience was shocked. The car Jack was driving was a Toyota 86, and this was his first race. Yet, he had already reached the top 30. The commentators were sure it wasn't possible. All the other cars were top-tier brands, while Jack's car didn't even deserve to be compared. With the race nearing its end, Jack had already climbed to 24th place. The third timing sector ahead was a tough one, and the record holder for this section was watching the race. Mike noticed that Jack was pushing the tires hard to drift, and he thought Jack wasn't taking care of the car. He figured Jack would slow down during the upcoming smooth section of the track, so he didn't think Jack would be able to break his record. But Jack continued drifting in a ground-hugging style, effortlessly navigating the corners. Everyone else thought it was dangerous, but Jack made it look easy. His coach thought Jack must have been possessed by some kind of spirit. Normally, Jack was calm and collected, but now, behind the wheel, he drove like a beast. Another coach, however, thought that Jack hadn't even begun to push himself yet. He was completely stunned. The reason? Despite the fact that Jack's car seemed completely out of control, he was still remarkably stable. He had gone from dead last to 24th place, and the coach believed Jack was pretending to be weak. Now, Jack had moved up to 16th. He was just one spot away from breaking into the top 15, a position few could reach, and Jack, in his first race, was about to do it. The coach was in disbelief. He had only expected Jack to participate for fun, not to be this good. Now, Jack faced a challenge. The downhill section had ended, and ahead was a long straight where his car might be overtaken. Jack's car wasn't as good as his competitors' cars. The straight was 1.6 kilometers long, and the coach thought Jack would slow down. But to their surprise, Jack was in 14th place now. The coach couldn't believe it. However, as Jack entered the straight, an air barrier started blocking him, and he was overtaken. His ranking dropped to 15th. The coach almost cried. If only they had given Jack a better car, he could have been in the top 15. Jack's car could only reach a top speed of 230 kilometers per hour, while the others could go at least 300 kilometers per hour. As Jack entered a series of sharp turns, he stayed calm and didn't reduce speed. Everyone was nervous, worried he might crash off the track. Jack remained in 15th place, just 0.3 meters ahead of the car in 16th. It was a tight race, and as they neared the finish line, Jack's rival almost overtook him. Jack crossed the line just a few millimeters ahead, securing 16th place. The coach broke down in tears, feeling guilty for not giving Jack a better car. He felt like Jack deserved better. After the race, the coach kept apologizing to Jack, but Jack told him that the Toyota 86 had exceeded his expectations. It was the best car he had ever driven. The coach, moved, wanted to hug Jack, but his nose was running, and Jack rejected the gesture. Later, someone alerted the organizers about a violation during the race. Someone had used banned tires, and that person had been disqualified. As a result, Jack was now in the top 15. Jack's luck was unbelievable. The coach saw the news on his phone and realized that Jack would compete in the finals in 2 days. But his opponents included the #1 Porsche driver, Mike, and other top-tier racers. The coach told Jack that the winner of this race would earn a prize of 100 million cash, with an additional 1 billion for winning the season's total points. The next morning, Jack met with the coach at a cafe, and they discussed the prize money. They had signed a 50-50 contract before the pre-qualifying, and the coach hadn't expected Jack to make it this far. But now, Jack had made it into the top 15, becoming one of the best. The coach, feeling guilty, suggested they renegotiate the contract, giving Jack 80% of the winnings and keeping 20% for himself. Jack refused. He wasn't racing for the money. His goal was to find his father, which is why he raced under his father's name. A few days later, the race began. Jack, now known as a super rookie, was featured on the display screens. The audience was nervous and hopeful, knowing Jack's talent. They didn't want him to be eliminated. Mary,